Bonjour, William, SonoVente.com. Je suis ravi aujourd'hui de vous présenter la nouvelle série Denon Prime qui vient d'arriver. Je suis en compagnie de Paul. Hi Paul.
Bonjour, Will.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Paul, can you explain what is it and what is the new Prime series
of course, happily, yes. The Denon DJ Prime series units are spearheaded by the SC5000 Prime media player and the centerpiece X1800 club mixer. Our SC5000 media player is brand new technology and it's built on a multi-core processor, so this is very much like having a computer within a single media player. It brings a kind of a controller ethos, so it has the creative performance capabilities and the power of a computer-based system, but with no laptop around as well. Its main functionality is its interface is the beautiful 7-inch multi-touch, multi-gesture screen, 8-inch excuse me, 8-inch touch capacitive jog wheel with center artwork, creative trigger performance pads for expressing a DJ's creativity on stage, loops, rolls, slices, etc. An amazing time stretch algorithm within the unit itself, and also dual layer functionality. So one SC5000 is in effect two players, so we can show you that later. With the X1800 mixer, when it's networked to the SC5000s, communication becomes a very key and apparent part of the performance for a DJ. For example, tempo data, track communication, and also visual and tactile feedback come from the mixer as well as this being a very familiar mixer for any DJ to walk up to and operate. A multitude of effects and EQ performance capability, which we can show you later as well. The Prime series also includes the VL12 turntable, which we have here. We'll talk about that another time, but for the moment we'll keep our focus on the 5000 and the X1800. As we mentioned before, one of the highlight of the unit is this beautiful touchscreen. It's high definition, it's very tactile, it's very much like your mobile device, your iOS, iPad, phones, etc. And it's from this interface that the DJ can access his or her music, and also many other features as well. So for example, with the waveform, as you can see, if I just scroll in and out there, it's very, very touch sensitive, and also all the information that a DJ would want to see from crates, so crates of music which are organized by genre, year, etc., etc. Playlists, which are songs in a certain order, a preparation folder for tracks to be played later, a root folder for accessing more deeper into a media source, and also a search capability with filters as well, so you can filter by BPM, musical key, etc., and a very fast search capability, which is also multilingual capable, so you can different characters that you can use there, so you can search for your songs very quickly. Also in the touchscreen as well is the waveform preview, so it's like a needle drop touch strip, so you can go through the track very quickly, and all the other information a DJ would want, which would be musical key, tempo, and also the time, duration and time elapsed, and the beat keeper countdown, quantize and continue as well.
Okay, that's very complete. I see these screens here. Can you tell about these screens and about the other possibility of this application?
Sure, no problem at all. The Jogwheel is 8-inch touch capacitive, so for DJs it's very good feedback to this. But the thing you're focusing on at the moment is the center screen here. When a track is loaded by the DJ, so I'll show you for example, because this gives you more functionality of the screen. So we pick a track within the list here. I sweep to the right to load the track. I sweep to the left to put it into the preparation folder. But for now, we'll load the track. So I'll just load that up for you there. And you can see as soon as I load that track, the center artwork changes. So the artwork for the track appears in the center of the Jogwheel, which is really, really nice. And also, this can be overridden. So say, for example, a DJ has his or her own logo, or the club, or an event, etc., or we could have the SonoVente logo in there. You can actually put that logo into the center and lock it out completely. So it's very visual for feedback as well. And also, the Jogwheel is customizable in color. So if that branding was a certain type of color, you could adjust the Jogwheel as well. If I just put that into its on-air mode, you'll see that the LED is green around there. I just go to the shortcuts and change that, and you can see I can change the color of that to anything I want. So that's a really nice visual feature there as well.
Okay, Paul, I'll see here a lot of pads. Can you tell me what is it?
Yeah, sure, Will, no problem. So the Creative Trigger performance pads on the SC5000. First of all, the DJ can add hot cues as well. So into a track, it can be added on the fly. So say, for example, I can put a hot cue there, one there as well, and then jump between them. So hot cues are really easy to add. They can take them out as well with a shift here and then remove them. Also, loop functionality. We've got two different loop modes. The first one is auto save loops. I can enter a loop in point and a loop out point like this. So there's an in and there's an out. A bit further in the track, an in and an out. And then I can jump between different loop regions. Secondary loop mode. This gives you access to different lengths of loop triggers. So for example, fast, which is a quarter beat, half, 1 beat, 2 beats. So I can go from 2 beat to a 1 beat, half a beat and a quarter beat. So it's really, really nice to express yourself in a performance way for DJs. Roll mode, again, those DJs who are used to software on laptops, they can use the roll functionality. I can just fire into that. We've got triplet, loops and normal standard time. So for example, triplets, straight, really, really nice. And slicer mode as well. We can go to slicer mode and this cuts up 2 bars into individual beats. Go to somewhere where we've got a bit more music, we can hear this. So in slicer mode, there we are. And I can, so I'm accessing different parts of the beat and also I can change the length of that. Which is really, really nice. And we've got 2 forms of the slicer. One loops 2 bars, one carries 2 bars through the rest of the track.
Okay, Paul, can you talk about the 2 players possibilities with the primes?
Absolutely. With the SC5000 Prime, you have 1 hardware unit, but it is in fact 2 players in one. The way we can do that is we have dual output on the rear of the unit, which is digital and analog. So we've got 2 separate audio outs for these dual layers. Let me show you how it works. So at the moment you can see we're on layer A. So I'm playing the track. We'll just put that, let's put it here. So now I'm going to switch to layer B. So I press the layer button here. And now I can access the track. I've already preloaded one here. Back on layer A, I'm at 126 BPM. Hit sync just so it locks in for you. Back to layer B, hit sync again. And now I can mix. So that track that's coming in there is layer B. So 1 player, 2 different tracks. And of course you've got independent control because the SC5000 has 2 audio outputs. So there's layer B, layer A and layer B. And that opens up the possibilities for DJs to do, you know, acapellas on one layer, an instrumental on another, handovers, effects on one, you know, really be expressive with the way they work. And also for those DJs who are just starting out, they maybe have the finances to be able to purchase 1 SC5000. They can learn the unit and do a full mix and do a full performance with 1 unit.
Okay, Paul, can you tell me if the primes can do something special with the extreme tempo change?
Yeah, sure thing, Will. Yeah, we have on the SC5000 a world-class leading time stretch algorithm. What that enables us to do is to lock the musical key of the track that's playing, but change the tempo of the track to extremities without affecting the audio signal. So for example, let me show you how it works. If I've got this track playing here and it's at 126 BPM, and I can just change the pitch range of this slider from plus and minus 8, plus and minus 10, 20, 50, and then go to the top, plus and minus 100. I've locked the musical key, so we've got music playing, we've got synths, drums, lots of things going on. Listen to the integrity of the audio. So what's happening now, Will, is I'm changing the tempo but the musical key is saying exactly the same. But the warmth of the bass, the bottom end is solid, the integrity of the synthesizers is perfect, and all the percussion, the integrity of that is maintained as well, so to real extremes. And then back up to really fast, but that musical key always stays the same. Now think about the possibilities of this. Apart from this sounding amazing, what this enables DJs to do is to go cross-genre. So a hip-hop DJ can play a hip-hop track at 89 beats per minute. He can take it up, he can find a break, he can loop it, he can take that break up to 120 BPM, go into a house track, take that house track, transfer that up into a drum and bass, 170 BPM. One track moved around the different tempos, etc., while still holding that musical key. It's stunning.
Okay, can you tell me about the beat jump?
Yeah, no problem at all. With the SC5000 Prime, we have a beat jump capability of 64 beats maximum, which is quite incredible. So what this enables a DJ to do is, say if there's a track that's playing and it only has, say, 30 seconds left, and the DJ thinks, oh, I want to play more of this track, the beat jump can take that DJ back in time on the beat, quantized, and also forward. If there's a piece of part of the music that's maybe not as interesting, you can jump forward in time. So let's show you that working. You can set the beat jump by just adjusting the same auto loop functionality. So I'll go from 4, 8, 16, let's go 32 for example. So the beat jump capability can jump through, and it's quantized of course, so we'll just try that now. Flawless. 64. I've just gone back 64 beats. Back more. Forward. So there you go. Beat jump capability on the SC5000, solid.
Okay, and what about the media sources?
Yeah, absolutely. At the front of the unit, Will, we have a underlit recessed area where the USB and the SD card can actually go. As I said, on the night time it's underlit so you can see what's happening there. And it's nice and safe, so there's going to be no accidents, etc. Jumping up and over on the rear of the unit we have 2 additional USBs. So what this enables a DJ to do is to have 4 media sources accessible on one single player. And of course when the units are networked and connected to the X1800, you could have one media source, for example, and that would feed all the other units as well, which is really nice. Also there is literally a 0 terabyte limit, so you can have really big flash drives, USBs, SDs, so there's really no limit to the amount of music that a DJ can take on a gig. Also, what's very interesting as well is that the music itself, when we showed you the beat grids and musical key, a lot of this analysis is usually done with our Denon Prime software, which is a music librarian and analysis software for the SC5000s. The DJ can prepare crates, playlists, and import their Serato collection and iTunes collection. However, with the SC5000, you could walk up to me with a USB with MP3s on. We could put that into the SC5000, and because of the multi-core processor, the unit will internally analyze the tracks that you're playing. So you would load a track, it would analyze the musical key, the BPM, it would calculate the beat grids, and it would produce the artwork. It would draw the waveform in about 12 to 15 seconds, but the track could be played straight away. So there's no limits to entry on the SC5000.
Can you tell me what this mixer is very special?
Yeah, well the X1800 Prime mixer is our centerpiece of the Prime series system. First of all, we talked earlier about connectivity and networking. With the SC5000s connected via the network hub at the back, so you don't need any external router or hub, etc. So the players can connect into the X1800, and the players will send tempo data, BPM data to the effects all over this mixer as well, so the effects are always locked in time. And of course we can transfer music files into through the X1800 into different players, and also the visual side of it. For example, you can see that the cue lights here are actually associated with the colours of the actual jogwheel, so you always know which player is active, which is really nice. So it's a very visual feedback. The mixer itself, as I said, the centerpiece of the Prime series, we've made the mixer instantly familiar, so any DJ can just walk up and use this. However, we have our own additional features, of course, which I'll take you through now. So say, for example, our brand new sweep effects. These are the dual sweep effects from Denon DJ. And what happens with these, you use this encoder here to go left, you get one variation, you go right, you get another one. So I'll show you, for example, on this. So I'll pick washout. This is one of the dual sweep effects. I go left, right, and then post fade as well. So you can actually use those. Dub echo, and right, noise, and a gate effect as well. So you can cut different parts of the signal through as well. What's really nice is that each channel has its own low pass and high pass filter as well. So while I'm doing this, I can affect a low pass and high pass filter. So for example, so I've got a filter working now, add some gate effects. Washout, for example, actually put a bit more of that there. So the low pass and high pass filter is working. And I'm bringing in the dual sweep effects as well. On each individual channel as well, we've got the X1800 in isolation mode for EQ, so that gives a very much more wider spread on the EQ as well, so we can do a full kill on the bass, the mids and the highs. So there's the mids. There's the low, the mids, and the high frequencies. So it's really expressive for DJs. And all this can happen while this is happening. So it's very, very functional in like you can do many things at the same time. Also with the effects, we have our 12 Denon DJ effects over on the right-hand side, and they're accessible via this OLED screen, very high definition here, and you can select whichever effect you want. So let's, for example, pick a phaser, assign this to, I keep running out of track here, let's put a loop in. Okay, so assign this to the effects to that particular channel. So I've now assigned the effects to this channel 1, and I'm going to use a phaser. So traditional way would be to add this kind of thing, in and out, like that. But we have our brand new instant effects, so you can switch that off, set the actual level, the wet and dry, and instant effects. With one finger you can enter the effect in and out, and also control the actual timing resolution. So for example, so it's very expressive. You know, you can control the tempo of the effect and the in and out, which is really, really nice. And also with the effects you can apply to the higher frequencies and the lower frequencies too. So with the dual sweep effects, the low pass and high pass filter, the isolation or traditional EQ, and the main 12 effects on the OLED screen, you know, it's really a creative tool for DJs.
Okay, Paul, can you tell me about the connectivity of this new mixer?
No problem. Okay, each channel, we've got 4 independent channels here. We have our Denon DJ flex fader, so this crossfader can actually be taken out and adjusted as well for tension. We've got 60mm throw faders, and the inputs for each channel go from digital, so you can digital out from the SC5000s or line analog, phono for a turntable, for example, USB, so USB connectivity here, you can actually attach a laptop to here, and then we'll be able to run Serato software very, very soon through the unit, and you know, DJs can do handover as well there as well, which is really cool. And of course we've got a DVS input as well, because the X1800 is DVS upgrade ready. So the connectivity is incredible. At the back of the unit we can also connect with a MIDI output to drum machines. So for example, we can synchronize a drum machine to a DJ's track or a synthesizer, etc. And also an external effects send and return, so you can send out to a guitar pedal, do some crazy stuff there, and bring that back into the mixer as well. What also is very interesting on the the channels here is that you can see that the cue lights have got different colours. The reason for that is that they are taking their prompts from the colour that we chose with the Jogwheels. So you see that the green there is that Jogwheel that's active. It's on there now. If I go into the shortcuts on the SC5000, the cue on the X1800 will change accordingly. So check this out. So we're green, and now you can see what's happening here. Yeah. So that's a really, really nice visual feedback feature for DJs as well. So also with the connectivity of the X1800, we have a dual mic as well, so 2 microphones, independent on and off for each one, and a talk over feature, and that can be adjusted in speed as well, so when the DJ speaks, the music will drop. Independent low and high EQs for those as well. For monitoring, we have that fantastic feature, traditional Denon DJ legacy stuff happening here with the split Q capability, Q and master there, the volume control of course, and also a nice 1/8 inch jack input if the DJ forgets the adapter, which is, you know, nice touch. So with the X1800 you can actually change the contour position of the line faders. So let me just show you how that works. With the fader at the moment it's very smooth, very transient there. If I change that into a more drastic contour curve, you can see the difference. And then here, very little. And that contour curve as well also affects the crossfader, so that can be applied to the crossfader as well. So the DJ can adjust it how he or she wants it to. But also you can lock these contour faders so they can't be adjusted, so that the DJ can set their own preference and then it can be locked out as well. Also, which is really nice, is that the DJ can choose their own preference and lock out the contour how they prefer it. Also, which is worth showing you, is the beautiful OLED screen that we have here. As well as being able to select the effects that we showed you earlier, the OLED screen can show the utility mode. So you can go into utility mode and drill down into all the different functionality to adjust the filter, headphone functionality, microphone functionality, go into advanced audio mode and change part of the system as well, which includes the firmware. So it's really easy and quick to actually be able to customize the way the X1800 sounds and performs for a DJ.
Okay, Paul, Denon makes some good quality products. Can you tell me about that?
Sure, Will. With Denon DJ's legacy of renowned quality and build construction and audio quality, the X1800 just continues that, and we added even more technology to refine it. The X1800 is built like a tank. It's a solid metal chassis. It sounds amazing. We've put the X1800 in front of some of the most discerning tech crews in the world, and they've all agreed that the X1800 equals or surpasses anything that's out there at the moment. But you add the connectivity from the players to the mixer, and that just takes it into another world. 24-bit, 96K pristine sound, and that's one of the most important things for any audience dancing to a DJ, is how good it sounds. The equipment will last for years. As I said, it's solid and reliable, and the build quality and the sound quality together with the networking capability, you've got the Prime series performing at its best.